welcome back to another edition of Midweek Moment with the Crenshaws. I am Sanchez Crenshaw, and as always, I am joined by the best part of my day, the wind beneath my wings, the rib that completes me, the starfire to my Robin.
What's going on, family? What is going on? I am Angela Crenshaw, guys. What is going on? As you can see, he is back with another trivia that I have no answer to. What?
That's my wife, family. Family, that's my wife.
Yeah, let's not glaze over that. What
happened?
I'm your who to what to where?
The starfire to my Robin.
Is that Batman?
It's kind of. It's DC. It's actually Young Justice, or the Justice. It's Young Justice. Yeah.
Darn, I should have known
Well, it's
that.
Young Justice, Teen Titans. It's what it is. So there's a junior version of the Justice League.
Okay.
Which is the Teen Titans. Which is Robin, of course, which is Batman's ward. And then you have Raven, you have Starfire, you have Cyborg, you have Beast Boy.
Is Robin and Starfire dating?
They are.
Huh,
well, when Robin got older, actually, to be more accurate, what I should have said was the Starfire to my Nightwing. Because once he became Nightwing, then they started dating and fell in love.
Robin became Nightwing?
Yeah, he did. Because you can't always be Robin. Because Robin is more of a junior sidekick. So what happened was, is that the original Robin, which was Dick Ward, he no longer wanted to be under Batman's shadow. So he went out on his own, but he still wanted to fight crime.
Okay.
So he went out on his own when he became an adult, and he graduated to Nightwing.
He's back, guys. As y'all can see, he's feeling so much better.
What's going on, family?
Wow.
I missed you guys.
That was a lot. But anyway, what's going on, baby? How you feeling?
I'm feeling better. I am about 97%.
Yes.
So I'm doing better. I'm back to exercising, which I missed.
Yes.
So I'm doing good. Guys, thank you for your love. Thank you for your well wishes. I missed you as well.
Thanks for checking up on him. We appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you for checking up on me. I appreciate that. As I said last week this time, I was under the weather, kind of did it to myself, out late at night in cold weather and rain, exercising, not as young as I used to be, so I'm kind of paying for that, but I'm on the uptick, back to exercising.
Not the undertick, the uptick, people.
Wow.
The uptick.
So life is good.
Life is good. So go ahead, let's do our housekeeping.
I'm sorry? You want to do our what?
Housekeeping.
Say that for me again.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
I be cleeping.
Alrighty then.
It's the house where you be cleeping it at.
Be cleeping it.
You be cleeping. You don't clean it. You cleep it.
Family, I don't know if you realize it or not, but we love making our words around here.
Go ahead.
Wording is hard.
We all up out here. What?
Wording
okay, just forget it.
I don't know.
Words are hard.
What just happened? Words are hard.
Words are hard. Just forget it.
So, family, we always want to begin with just thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Family, we thank you for listening. We thank you for taking time. We thank you for allowing us into your home, allowing us into your car, into your ears, into your workout session. However you listen to us, we just thank you.
Yes.
For our new family members.
Come on, family. What's up?
Welcome. We're so happy you guys found us.
Yes.
However you're listening to us, whether it's iTunes, whether it's Podbean, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Google Play, whether it's Amazon Music, whether it's iHeartRadio, on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com. We thank you guys so much. For our returning family members, you already know how we feel about you.
Come on to the podcast.
There she go with that again.
Tune to the podcast. That might.
I don't know what just happened with it.
I like the tune. I should just say, come on. Tune to the podcast.
Too many words in that sentence.
Yeah, it doesn't flow like it should.
Doesn't flow.
It doesn't flow. But anyway, go ahead, baby. What's up, family? Welcome back.
I don't know what's going on. As always, my wife is taking over. I don't really know what's going on. I think she did that to me, so she wouldn't. So she trying to replace me, but we're gonna see what happens.
We'll see. Whatever. What's up?
Family, as always, so for our returning family members, welcome.
Yes.
We welcome you back to the cookout.
Absolutely.
Make sure you bring some aluminum foil,
so you can take something with you, people. Take something with you.
One thing we always talk about is that we love to have fun on this podcast. We do. Every once and again. And every blue moon, we may go down a rabbit hole.
Every chance we get, but go ahead.
The starting conversation may not be the end conversation.
That's usually what happens.
But one thing we always try to do, we always try to give you something that you can take with you. Something, a nugget, a gem, something a different perspective on something. something that you can apply to your day or to your life. And so we always ask that you bring aluminum foil just so you can take something with you.
Yes, take something with you.
And before I forget, as always, we consider ourselves an interactive podcast.
Come on the socials. I'm going to see what you was going to do.
Hey, no, I'm not going to forget it this time.
I was going to see what you was going to do. Go ahead.
So what that means is that we can be found on the socials. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook, all in the Crenshaw Corner.
Yeah.
And, of course, you can email us at any time at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Because we always love hearing from you.
We do.
So, babe.
What's up?
Now that we got the house cleaning out the way.
We got the
house cleaning out the way. We've welcomed the family back to the podcast.
We welcome you back to the mic.
Thank you very much.
You're
I appreciate
welcome. Miss you much, man.
We've told the family to make sure they bring some aluminum foil so they can take something with them.
We told them.
But I have a question for you before we begin.
Yes.
Babe, what the world are we talking about?
Listen to me. So this... I hate to say, I not hate to say it. I don't want to say it's because you like to do the same thing.
What happened?
We're going to talk a little bit about sex.
Oh, my Lord. This going to be an after.
It's not after. That's why I didn't want to say, because I knew you was going to do the whole after dark stuff.
Family, this going to be a midweek Wednesday after dark.
It is not going to be a midweek, but I'm very interested on your thought process about this.
About sex?
No,
after
baby.
20 years, you don't know my thought process about sex?
No, baby. I'm talking about...
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be.
Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
I think that's all we could do without getting sued.
Yeah,
I don't want to keep doing that.
Was that more than 8 bars?
I think that was just about 8 balls.
I think we need to chill out.
I think after 8 balls, people start suing you.
It's going down.
I ain't got no money like that right now.
It is not our music. We don't have rights to the music.
No copyright.
Rights to the music.
No copyright infringement was intended.
We don't even know if we said the right words.
I don't think I said it. I don't even know who sang that song.
So this is a situation. So this was brought
Idiocy, nonsense, violence.
What did I tell you about that? So this was brought up to me.
What was brought up
by a young lady in a group that I'm in.
Okay, cool.
And she brought it to the group, and so I wanted to see what you thought about it.
I'm a little scared, but let's do it.
So Tia Maury, is that her name?
Tia Maury.
Tia Maury.
Tia and Tamara, the twins.
Tia and Tamara. Well, this is Tia.
Sister.
She was in the news, not in the news, but basically in on YouTube or on the radio or whatever, talking about the fact that with her children and her husband, they stay so busy that they have to schedule sex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so. In our Enough series is when is enough that you're so busy that you can't do it spontaneously, that you have to schedule. I'm a believer in schedulers. I don't know. Do you believe in scheduling sex? Like, I'm just asking.
Okay.
And then we can move forward because the women had so much to say about it. But I just want to know, what about you? Do you believe? How do you feel about scheduling sex? Let me pencil you in, baby.
Okay, so
pencil you in.
If I'm having an honest conversation,
yes,
I think it's yes. I'm gonna say yes to it.
Yeah.
But I think it just depends on what season you're in and what season of life you're in.
Right.
Because, and what I mean by that, I'm not talking about age. I'm not talking about whether you're young or old. That has something to do with it. I'm talking about what season of life you're in as far as, are you newly into your marriage? Do you have children yet? Do you have outside obligations yet? Because once you entanglement. Once you entangle children into a marriage, it changes the entire dynamic.
It does.
So... And you have to get to a point, because regardless of what people may think, sex is important to a marriage.
It very much so.
It can't be the only thing,
but it's one of the. It's up there in the top 3.
It can't be. Sex can't be the only thing your marriage is based off of.
It's on the top 3.
But yeah, it has to be. It has to be on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, it has to be.
Of the priorities of your marriage.
Hello.
Sex has to be on the Mount Rushmore.
I don't care if y'all out there rolling your eyes at us. We said it. Yeah. We meant it. We ain't changing our mind.
Yeah. So no, I think if you're not at a place where you're able to have spontaneous,
right?
Then you have to schedule it, because like everything else, okay. You are a scheduler.
I'm a huge scheduler. I'm a huge planner.
You believe in planning. You believe in scheduling.
I believe in scheduling.
But the things you schedule are the things that's most important to you.
Exactly.
You don't.
That I don't want to miss.
Yeah. You don't scandal. You don't schedule.
What?
I don't know. You don't schedule random stuff into your day.
No, I do not.
You schedule the most important stuff or the priority that you have for that day.
Exactly.
So yeah, and sex should be a priority in your marriage. So yeah, schedule it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. When she was talking about it, I was like, bravo to her, because most women don't even want to say that they're scheduling it, or most couples don't want to say that they're scheduling it, and they have little children. And she's an actress, her husband's an actor, and they do a whole lot.
Right.
So when I wanted to talk about is enough is how when is enough is enough when you let it go too long without scheduling it, like where you so busy trying to be spontaneous. But what if your lifestyle doesn't allow you to be spontaneous, right? And so and you one day you look around, and we've done this, we're very transparent, we've looked around 3 or 4 months in the game and be like, yo,
6 years.
Like, what in the world? Because we're so busy being busy.
I became a virgin again.
Whatever. Busy being busy, or running behind the children, or running behind our jobs, or whatever that we're running behind at the time that we thought was so important. The next thing we look up and we have not made love, we have not had sex. And so at that point, it's like, what do you do? So I'm a firm believer of, yes. So scheduling it if you can, you know, and here's the thing about that scheduling too, babe. It doesn't mean that it's, like you said, it's seasonal. It doesn't mean that you're gonna always have to schedule unless it's something that you like to do.
Right.
But it just may be a season where scheduling is necessary.
And also, I want to kind of tackle a stigma when it comes to that, because I think a lot of people, and family, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think once you start having the conversation about scheduling sex, a lot of married couples think at that moment you've taken the intimacy out of it,
right? Or acting like it's a chore.
Are you taking the romance out of it? Or you've relegated it to become a chore because it's just something else on your to-do list,
right?
On your already involved and overwhelming to-do list,
right?
But that's not the case.
No, I beg to differ. But you tell me why you differing.
No, because you can still, because it's not. The act does not become a chore.
Right.
It's just you're making time for it.
Right.
It's not that you're turning it into a chore, you've turned it into a task. All you've done is that you've blocked time.
Right, exactly.
So that same romance that you have, that same intimacy that you have, that same care that you take, when it's just a random Friday night and everybody feeling frisky, you know, or if you schedule it for that Tuesday, you know, it's Taco Tuesday time.
It's Taco Tuesday.
You know, however you scheduling it.
Taco Tuesday.
But you still...
That's code word.
I'm just saying.
Meet you in the bedroom. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, my bad.
You still introduce that intimacy into it. You still take the time. You still make it passionate.
Right.
It's not turning into a chore. It's just blocking the time, if that makes sense.
I think also if you have such a busy schedule, because most people who schedule it actually have a busy schedule. Words of heart. I believe at that point it becomes fun, because you have something to look forward to. Through your day of all this busyness, through your day of all of this, you do have the opportunity to lay down with your spouse, your significant other, and cuddle and love on each other and make love or have sex. And I think that that's awesome, because you want to come home and get your mind right, your body right. Like all day you thinking about it, you know that's your time together that you guys normally don't have.
Right.
But now you're blocking off that time no matter what. Turn the phone off, turn the TV off, whatever you have to do, put those kids to bed.
Put a little children Tylenol on that baby bottom lip.
Baby, stop telling people to put Tylenol on their baby bottom lip.
I'm just saying,
and
put a little. I ain't said overdose, but I'm just saying, just put a little bit on that bottom lip. Let that baby lick that off.
No,
that baby be sleep so quickly.
No, crazy.
But I think I'm just playing, family. I don't believe in drugging kids.
Right?
Family.
Don't call us.
These are just jokes.
But I think that with that, there's an excitement to that, right? And that doesn't mean you still can't be spontaneous if you even have that time in you. But I believe too, when you do it that way, even if you come home and you're exhausted and you're tired and you are looking forward to it, once you take that shower, get yourself together, get your mind, because now it's a mindset at that point, and get your mind right, you do well in that area.
Also,
I said you do well in that area.
Hey,
like it's a test. But anyway, go ahead.
I think while a lot of and you know, I don't necessarily like speaking in general terms, but I'm gonna do it for a moment. I think a lot of people don't like the idea of scheduling it because it takes the excuse away. Because now
I thought you was gonna say it takes away the edge, but okay.
No, it doesn't take away the edge. It takes away the excuse, because you know I can say, if you know, well, I'm tired, or I had a busy day, or I'm with the kids, or we come up with all kind of excuses on why we're not able to continuously consummate the marriage. But once you schedule it, now it takes that excuse away.
Right. You knew last week. You know, every Tuesday, every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday.
That 9 o'clock Zoom meeting.
No,
I'm just saying.
And also, too, talking to some of the women, and they were talking about it, and it was some very interesting ideas. Because one person was like, well, my husband's not going to go for that because he's spontaneous. And so what was very interesting about that is one of the young ladies said something very interesting, was like, well, okay, schedule it in your mind. He don't got to know that you on a schedule unless he don't have to know you on a schedule, but in your mind,
yeah, because
Tuesday is the day.
You're not gonna put it on the family calendar,
right? You know.
I mean, you're not gonna have Timmy has basketball, Susan has karate, sex in the closet. It's not gonna be on the. It's not gonna be on the calendar.
It's not. And if your significant other is a spontaneous person, they will really believe that this is spontaneous, and they until after about 3 months of Tuesdays, they be like, this ain't right.
And
sums up.
And ma'am that said that. Ma'am, let me let you in a little secret, ma'am.
How about with the brother thought process?
We ain't turning down no Taco Tuesday, ma'am.
No matter what.
No matter what. We ain't turning it down, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Let that thought process go.
Yeah, and I think too. So it was like we just so it was very interesting, and I was because when Tia was talking about it, she was like, it is mandatory for their marriage. Period. Straight across the board. There's no conversation. There's no you know that it is mandatory for the marriage, and whatever day that they choose, that's what it is. Just like looking at another couple that I was looking at on Black Love, they was like, regardless how many kids they have or whatever, Thursday night is their night to go out and hang out, whether it just be go to the bar, get a drink, or because they have a daughter who's in college now, who's home, and they have 2 small children. They're like, it does not matter to them at all, but Thursday is their night. Even if they got to go to the pizza parlor. Oh, that's so New York, because go get some pizza.
I'm saying ain't nothing wrong going to get a slice.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, but that's their night because they have to have something because they have smaller children.
Right.
So the same thing with sex. Listen, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever's your night. So if schedule a Tuesday, and and another question was, well, okay, what if I'm too tired to do Tuesday? You put Tuesday on the calendar. When you got a meeting at work, you ain't too tired. Y'all roll up into that meeting. Act like it's a meeting and you got to roll up. That's all I got to say.
Because let's be honest, family.
Come on now.
When your boss tells you at the end of the day that they want to meet with you, or that last minute meeting gets put on your calendar.
A last minute meeting.
You're not telling your boss, well, I'm too tired for this meeting.
Right.
Or you're not telling anybody that.
Right.
So why are we telling each other that?
Right.
But also, what I want to do is take it a little step further.
Go on, take it a step
family,
further.
I apologize if you heard a little ruckus. My mic stand just broke for some reason. So, family, I apologize if you heard anything kind of rustling the sound. I don't know what just happened. My mic stand just
literally
broke.
It just fell.
It just fell. So please forgive me for that. But let's back this up just a little bit because we're getting into a conversation about sex. We're getting into a conversation about scheduling. But it's one component that we missed throughout all this.
Well, come on and break it down.
We missed a component of conversation. Let's start having real conversations when it comes to sex. And we've touched on this before.
We touch on sex every now and then.
We do, because it's after dark.
This is not an after dark. This is really good.
Yeah, but
it's a daylight conversation.
It's a daylight conversation.
But go ahead.
But let's start having honest and real conversations. And the conversations are, if we don't have sex, why?
Right.
Because it's really not about the kids. It's not about the housework. It's not about the chores. It's not about the work schedule. Because the one thing about adults, things that they really want to do, they find a way to do it. They find a way to open up their schedule. They find a way to open up the books. They find a way to get a babysitter. They find a way to do things for things they really want to do. So what I would say to my married couples out there who maybe are going through a dry spell right now.
A dry spell.
Yeah, because we all go through a dry spell every once in a while. We've been there.
Lord help.
Yeah, just decades ago. By the time
it was not decades.
I became a new virgin again. I'm telling you.
So now you was a monk, baby. Was you a monk?
I might as well have been a monk. I might as well have been a Buddhist priest.
Stand you.
All I'm saying.
Carry on, baby.
I was 5 minutes from learning Shaolin monk technique.
Are you done?
Because that's where I was. I was going to shave a bald spot in my head.
Oh my God.
Give me a nice little burlap
Babe, it wasn't
robe,
that long, baby.
some nice sandals.
It wasn't that long.
And I was going to learn some chant meditations.
It wasn't that long.
To you, the devil is a lie.
It wasn't long.
But let's start having real conversations.
Let's have some real. Pause. Let me ask you a question. I want to ask you a question.
I'm listening.
So, because we always transparent about stuff.
We try to be.
And we try to be as much as possible. And a lot of times when we weren't active is because, again, we were basically frustrated in the jobs that we were in.
How honest of a conversation do you want to have, though?
Well, I mean, we're talking, right? So
okay.
I'm finishing.
Okay.
We're frustrated in the job that we were in.
Right.
We either frustrated at the children. We didn't make it a priority.
Okay.
We literally didn't even think about it.
The only reason I was asking that because you keep speaking French.
Okay.
You keep saying we.
Okay, Playboy, go ahead. I'm listening.
And that's why I wanted to know how honest of a conversation.
So you saying I was frustrated
really
at my job?
Because for
is that
some
what you're
reason,
saying?
all of a sudden, you became bilingual and
First
you
of all,
started speaking French.
So you're telling me there was time? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Don't try that.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
So
once again, we have an honest. It's just me and you. It's chairs and peaches right now. That's what we're saying. It's just chairs and peaches. All right, cool.
Just saying chairs and Angela. Just forget it. Say chairs. You gonna make some stuff up, and I know you.
No, I'm not gonna make anything up. We having a chairs and peaches conversation right now.
Go ahead, carry on.
So
that's not chairs and peaches. That's after dark for real.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So initially, so of course, when we first got married, everything was wonderful. You know, Lucky Charms, end of the rainbow. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And then somewhere along the line, the yeses I received became maybes. And then they became strong possibles. And then they just flipped into straight no's. And then and it's like at that point, I couldn't even make book. At that point, because I was looking at my hand and it was like, there's no way I can flip this. There's no way. So I'm not getting the book off this hand. And then
we playing spades.
Next thing I know, you running all kind of Bostons on me. I'm not even getting a single book.
First of all, I hope guys. I hope somebody know that we were talking about spades because this joker here.
So no, I'm just saying because it went from
possible.
It went from. The gates are always open to all of a sudden the gates got locked and padlocked and barricaded and bombarded and there was guards at the gate.
Yes, but hello, sir. So don't try to put that all on me. Playboy, don't try to put that all on me.
I wasn't the one saying no.
Listen, you didn't have to say no. You're snoring, and if I touch you, you scroll. You go close to the edge of the bed. That was your no, player.
Oh, okay. So we have a real conversation. Let's travel that road for a second. Let's travel that road for a second.
Don't do that.
Don't
do that.
See, and that's where conversation and real conversation comes into play.
Listen, so don't do that.
No, because here's the thing, family. So we gonna walk this road, family. We gonna walk this road.
Listen, first of all, it is
no. We got time.
Big moments. Okay.
We got time. So family. So
yes.
Here was the situation.
Here's the situation.
So okay. So let's say I start the process. Let's say
I know what you're gonna
9 o'clock. Okay.
PM or AM?
PM.
Okay, my brother. PM.
Kids in the bed. Everybody sleep. It's bedtime. I start the process 9 o'clock, right? So all I'm hearing is no, go away. Somebody still breathing. The neighbors are woke. No, that's what I'm hearing.
The neighbors?
Mommy in New York, she ain't went to bed yet. So no, it can't happen. So then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, so I didn't try to do what I tried to do.
Uh-huh.
And then next thing you know, at this point, I done went to sleep. Because I've been told 8 different ways from Sunday, no.
I said not now.
No, you ain't never said not now. You blatantly said no.
Oh, my God,
and
go
then
ahead.
all of a sudden, once I'm asleep, once I'm in my second phase of REM sleep, now somebody want to come rub my back. No, Heifer, don't touch me now. Now I'm asleep, Heifer, don't touch me.
But I'm ready now.
You want... So by that time, yeah, I'm on the edge of the bed by this time. Cause this time I'm asleep and I don't feel like fooling up with you no more. Cause I didn't try it, and them gates got so locked down.
No,
I don't want to do that again.
That was like closed for construction or renovation. Give me a minute, bruh.
Nah, dog. That was a foreclosure.
It was a short sale.
It was straight short sale. It was a foreclosure.
God, you was so silly.
I had went to that property, and that house was demolished.
I can't stand you. So here's the thing. So when you think about it, there are so many different reasons why it doesn't happen. Because I don't want people to think like we're just saying like, oh, like it never happened to us. I'm just saying, but there's many reasons that it does happen.
Yeah, but most of the time you're making up reasons. No, because for the longest
I make up reasons?
For the longest time.
Did you say I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hold my mute. Angela Crenshaw?
Yeah, Angela.
Angela.
Uh-huh.
The one that's on the microphone with you right now.
The one that's on the microphone.
Okay, Karen, let me hear what you got to say.
Just making up all kind of reasons.
Come on, conversation.
Everything. Oh, my favorite one. I'm tired.
I am.
My mind ain't even on it.
My body ain't.
But your mind was never on it.
It's a lie.
That's the part that I was trying to figure out, because your mind was never on it. If it was 9 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the night, the kids sleep or the kids ain't here. It didn't matter. It did. You had me at your whim.
I had you.
I was at your beck and call. But the problem is you wasn't calling.
That what it was.
I felt like your phone was disconnected.
My phone disconnected?
Because
are you telling me? Okay, baby.
You had me out here. You had me out here. New Edition, 1982.
Baby,
Mr. Telephone Man, there's something on my line.
Baby, but I'm trying to say, do not sit over there on that side of the table on that particular microphone, acting like
on the broken
you
mic
was
stand?
on the broken mic stand, talking about you was always ready. Because there was times that you turned me down. Period.
Okay. By that time, I was tired of you. By that time, once again, we having real honest conversation out here. We is chairs and peaches out here.
I'm so done.
By that time, I was sick and tired of you. I was.
So you were just turning me down on GP?
On purpose.
On purpose.
I was petty.
I was hashtag petty husband.
Hashtag blue ball. Because at that point I didn't care.
Hashtag petty husband.
Hashtag petty husband. Hashtag blue ball. Because I didn't care at that point. Because I was sick and tired of being turned down. So you know what now? What's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. So you take that no.
Is that the way it goes? Is that the way it goes?
Take that no.
Oh my God, y'all.
So I was slamming that no down like the big joker.
Please, I hope somebody on this understands spades, because right now you is killing it right now.
No, because by that time, once again, having a real honest conversation, by that time, now understand, no, it was not all you. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it was all you.
Thank you, because you always try to make it seem like every time we on this podcast, it's always Angela's fault. Don't try it.
Most of the time it is.
Don't even try,
bro. All the time.
Nah, bro, it's
but
not.
If we were portioning like blame here,
we're not.
If we were rationing,
we ain't rationing out nothing.
We were a good 80-20.
Okay. I was good on my 80. I'm good on my 80.
You was bad on your 80.
I was good on my 80.
No, you was
and
bad.
You was bad on your 80, bro.
You was no. You was yo. Because somehow in our marriage, and I'm not quite sure what happened, but that little 2-letter word became your best friend.
It was my mantra.
That you lived that word, no?
Because remember, I said when I turned, was it 40 or was it 50? I said, use me up, because after that, my answer is going to be no to everything.
Yeah, but baby, you started to me knowing in your 30s. So
I did not.
You didn't. I mean, okay, for the rest of the world, like for the kids and like for family, no became your mantra for them.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
When you hit
right
like 45.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
But we got together in your early 30s.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
And by 34... no was your favorite line.
I can't stand
you said no in every language. You was yet, nada,
nope,
no,
nah,
nope,
nay.
You was in every language you can think of.
Oh my God!
And the one thing I warned you,
family. He got me here crying.
No,
I can't with him.
But I'm saying, I warned you though. I was like, after a while, if you keep saying no, if I keep getting turned down, after a while, I'm gonna lose my taste for it.
But I got back up. I got back up.
But by that time, I didn't care anymore.
You know, but you care now, player.
I do now. So I'm looking.
We had to grow. But all just like we had to grow into a lot of stuff. We had to really have conversations and really grow in that area.
And that's where it started. It started with honest dialogue and honest conversation where where first of all we were not being mean, we were not being spiteful, we were not coming from
but we were being petty,
we were not,
because you were being
I'm talking about after that
after we grew, after we grew. Okay, go ahead.
We didn't come from a place of trying to hurt each other's feelings.
Absolutely
we didn't even come from an emotional place, and when I say that because emotional irrational emotions what I'm talking about. We came from a place of honesty. We came from a place that we realized that there was an issue in our marriage, and we wanted to fix it.
Yeah.
And we both came to the table with that concept in mind.
Exactly.
Not assessing blame. Right. Not saying it's Angela's fault. Not saying it's Sanchez's fault. Just saying, you know what? The Crenshaw marriage has an issue.
Right.
So how can the Crenshaws collectively fix this issue?
And the crazy part about it, that situation turned us into find out what was wrong. That's how we found out what was going on with our health.
Actually, it did.
That was what it was because
that's what led to finding out. Okay, let's start getting our hormones checked.
Right. Because why is there no drive there? Why? So, like he said, there was no longer I could say I was busy. Wasn't no kids here to be busy for.
Nah.
Kids been gone, and that's when we started going to check out kids. So check. I'm like, Angela, and that's when I found out. Oh, your sex drive is gone because of your hormones, and I think that's hormonal imbalance, and that's where. Because there were times that I felt bad, like I don't have the drive to do it, I don't have the energy, thinking that was something like which made him feel unattractive, of course, because we've talked about that before.
Because men can feel unattractive and unwanted.
Yeah,
we can.
And it wasn't even, and I don't know. I hope you knew that it was intentional. That what we talked about, because I know you know it wasn't intentional.
But there was times though. I mean,
you felt like
my mind knew it wasn't intentional.
Right.
But every once and again, those emotions that I don't like dealing with creeped up.
The irrational emotions.
Start creeping. I was like, okay, is it me?
Right.
Is she not attracted to me anymore? Have I let myself go? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that?
Exactly.
And the question started to come.
Yeah, and I think when I found out that it wasn't me, it was my hormones and it was an imbalance, and how do I get back to that drive? And I think for you, when you heard it, did it make you like, okay, then it's not me. It's not that I'm doing something wrong or she's not attractive, but there is something wrong at that point. At
that point, it and I know this sounds crazy, but it gave me a problem we can fix.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because before I was guessing at this thing, I was I was
just doing darts and letting it hit anywhere it could hit.
Grasping the straws, trying to figure out, okay, is it me? Is it not me? Is it what's really going on?
Right.
Here? So now looking into it now, okay, now we have an answer. Now we know concrete what's going on.
Absolutely.
We can put together a plan. We can come together. We can fix it. And like I said, because it started with a conversation, it started with, once again, not pointing fingers, not saying it's the wife's fault, not saying it's the husband's fault, but saying, okay, this marriage has an issue, so let's work together to resolve it.
And the beautiful part about it with Tia Mowry is that was just the catapult for their marriage to be even better, because they found time and made them and their sex life, their making love, their intimacy mandatory, and it made it what's what I'm looking for, baby? What's the word? A priority. Thank you. And a priority. And it also that reminder also made them be accountable to each other. To say, babe, I know you're busy, whatever, but this is what we said we were going to do. This is the plan, and this is the goal, and this is where we are with it. And I think that was another thing that was really great. And so talking to the women and listening to the women, we all came with these different ideas. Again, hey, if he's not into spontaneous, he don't have to know that it's spontaneous. You could be, in your mind, it's every Tuesday. To him, it's spontaneous. You don't have to tell him if you've had that discussion and he's like, nah, I'm not into scheduling. You don't. I think for what I want to say about this, I know we're coming to an end, is even though this is the season that you're in, be creative. You don't necessarily have to go, well, he don't like scheduling, so we just don't do anything. Be creative about that. What else could you do? What's another way? How do you, so there's just different ways about going about doing it. But one thing that I loved about her, and one thing that we believe in, is when the kids are gone and it's just us, that's not the time to get to know each other. That's not the time to be intimate. That's not the time to that's the time that you really have a good time.
In 18 years, when the final kid leaves the house, now I'm trying to figure out who you are. That never works.
That never
in no scenario does that ever work.
So be careful with that. Yeah.
So you're right, babe, because we try to keep it to a moment.
We have so much to say about this subject, though. We really do.
What's your final thought?
My final thought is to go ahead and schedule it. If you need to. If you don't need to, then don't. We got that. We're not talking to you. But if you finding where y'all are going months without it, have a conversation like you said, and then see if scheduling it will work for you, or find creative ways to make sure that you're doing it. The bottom line is still going to be scheduling it, because it's still, however creative you get, but at least you're working towards the goal on that. So that would be my final thought.
My final thought is a very simple one. Make it a priority.
Yeah.
You make everything else in your life a priority. You make the kids a priority. You make serving at church a priority. You make going to work a priority. You make doing the laundry. You make, going to check on your mother. You make everything
absolutely
a priority.
Yeah.
Make it a priority. If that means that you have to schedule it, put it on the calendar. Don't put it on the family refrigerator calendar.
Don't you do that. Well, if you put Taco Tuesday, no, because then the kids gonna be thinking they get
tacos.
So we having taco. You're like, oh,
yeah. So
and you scar them, because when they get older, they be like, yo, my parents used to always have Taco Tuesday. We never had tacos.
You know what I'm saying? Now they talking to a therapist about it. That's not what you want.
Yeah, they don't want that. They'll be scarred every time they eat tacos. You know that ain't what you want.
Nah, but just make it a priority. Have the conversation.
Yeah.
Have the earnest and real conversation.
Yeah.
And just make it a priority.
Yeah. I love it.
Family, hopefully you got something.
Bless your heart. Y'all just love us so much. Thank y'all.
This kind of turned into our therapy session. There's some things I had to get off my chest, because I'll be thinking we ain't spent the last 20 years together. It's like, because you don't remember it right.
You sure you remember it right?
Sometimes I gotta remind my wife.
No, sir. Sometimes I remind you.
Your memory ain't what it is.
Go ahead before it be a whole hour. Go.
So family, as always, we thank you guys. We thank you for listening. We thank you for being a part. However you're listening, whether it's iTunes, whether it's Podbean, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Google Play, whether it's Amazon Music, whether it's iHeartRadio, on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com. We consider ourselves an interactive podcast. What that means is that we can be found on the socials. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, all on the Crenshaw Corner. And of course, you can always reach us via our email address at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
Yes.
Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. And as always, family, welcome to our journey.
We love you guys. Bye.